Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Somaliland National Television English News Program. My name is Farhat Sheikh Habib and I'm here to update you with the latest news. These are the main top stories making headlines. A high-level delegation consisting of numerous ambassadors and diplomats from the Western countries arrived in Hargeisa, the capital city of Somaliland. Parliamentarian Mohamed Mahmoud Dek holds a press conference. Burkina Faso president is sworn in. A high-level delegation consisting of numerous ambassadors and diplomats from the Western countries have arrived in Hargeisa, the capital city of Somaliland, on Thursday. The delegation is set to stay in Somaliland for a short basis, and once they touched down, they were taken to the presidency in order to hold face-to-face meeting with the President of Somaliland, His Excellency Ahmed Mohamed Mahmoud Silanyo. The delegation is set to stay in Somaliland for a short basis, and once they touched down, they were taken to the presidency in order to hold face-to-face meeting with the President of Somaliland, His Excellency Ahmed Mohamed Mahmoud Silanyo. During the meeting held the presidency with the delegation, they've exchanged views on a number of issues that are common of mutual interest for both sides, including to make an assessment to the progress reached by the nationwide and ways of cooperating between them about the important aspects pertaining peace, piracy reduction, and establishing strong ties on developmental programs. The high-level delegation consisted of numerous ambassadors and diplomats were headed by the Finland representative for counter-piracy prevention based in Djibouti. At the end of the meeting, Ministries of Foreign Affairs and Interior held a joint press conference with Mr. Mike leading the delegation. Minister of Foreign Affairs elaborated about the main focus of the meeting and stated,
in terms of economic development, in terms of capacity building, in terms of training, and we are very happy to have them here today, and I'll say maybe give the floor.
Minister of Interior, Mr. Ali Mohammed Waran Ade, has on his part previewed the media about the mission of the large delegation representing European countries. Conclusively, Mr. Mike spoke to the media and stated,
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Thank you very much for this opportunity to be here today. I have the honor of being the chairman of SIPCOM. It is an EU committee that meets in Brussels and oversees the EU operations, civilian operations, among which we have UCAP Nestor. We are here on a technical visit to see ourselves how the mission is fulfilling its mandate, how it is functioning. As part of this technical visit, we have today had a very fruitful session with local authorities, and we will soon continue the visit. We will see in practice how UCAP Nestor is working with one of the law enforcement agencies here in your country, namely the Coast Guard. I have been able to hear from local authorities their views on the functioning of the mission. We will consider, of course, these views also in Brussels when we decide on the possible future developments as regards the mission UCAP Nestor. I was happy to be able to present, well, not present anymore, but to have with us the head of mission UCAP Nestor, Mr. Etienne de Ponsin, and he was able to present to the President, Vice President, and various ministers the UCAP team. We also have with us Mrs. Garcia Perez from Brussels, who represents here the EU Civilian Operations Commander, who actually is the man in charge of conducting the mission at strategic level in Brussels. And Ms. Garcia Perez is the head of operations. So it's very important that we are here together, representatives, the member states, which are actually the owners of the UCAP Nestor, together with the head of mission, the team, as well as the support structure in Brussels through Mrs. Garcia Perez. So very happy to have been here today. Very useful visit, and I thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much.
Parliamentarian Mohamed Mahmoud Dek, who is a member of the House of Elders, held a press conference to discuss the ongoing political rift among the members of the House of Representatives. He discussed about the ongoing settlement of the political dispute among the members of the House of Representatives. During the press conference, MP Dek stated that the conflict and the political gridlock that's among the members of the House of Representatives is like other slander previous disputes in past, and said that they will hopefully finalize it soon. Parliamentarian Dek underlined that some members of the House claim that the government is fueling the conflict among the members of the House of Representatives. Mr. Dek, speaking about this, is strongly refuted and denied, where he pointed out as baseless with no supporting facts. Mr. Dek urged members of the parliament to endorse facts and help to resolve rifts among the members in the House. On the other hand, Mr. Dek went on to say that as House of Elders appealed to the members of the House of Representatives to resolve this recurrent conflict and tensions in accordance of their internal code of conducts and other relevant legal frameworks of the country. Chairman of Berbera Local Municipality, Abdushakur Mohammed Hassan, attended an exhibition ceremony held for the work done by two young Somaliland female authors was held at Sahel Regional Capital, Berbera. An exhibition ceremony has been held for two books named Berto Qoyska and Badidon, which were written by two young Somaliland women at Berbera, where a number of government officials were in attendance, including the chairman of Berbera Local Municipality, Abdushakur Mohammed Hassan, and other members of the government offices in Berbera town. The books Berto Qoyska and Badidon, written by the young female writers, are social affairs related books, as authors' subjects are new to the country. The mayor of Berbera town, who spoke initially, has discussed the essence and the importance of the book for the Somaliland youth in general to learn more about the knowledge they carry. The two young females who wrote the book have also been among the speakers, where they've lighted the aim and what encouraged them to produce such book. You're still watching English news program on Somaliland National Television, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news program. And now for our international headlines in detail. Pro-democracy protesters in Hong Kong say they are unsure where the movement goes next after a small minority attempted to break into the Legislative Council building on Wednesday. Pro-democracy protesters in Hong Kong say they are unsure where the movement goes next after a small minority attempt to break into the Legislative Council building on Wednesday. Student groups and pro-democracy MPs who have promoted non-violent actions are furious and have condemned the attempted break-in. The movement is rapidly losing support from the public in a country where law and order is highly prized. However, radical political group Civic Passion, who support protesters occupying buildings, are frustrated. They are not getting more support. Morale has been greatly affected. Protesters went to Hong Kong and belting government to allow free elections, but they have so far failed to win any concessions, and authorities say they will now be clearing the camps. Burkina Faso, the country's former foreign minister, Michael Kavando, has been sworn in as transitional president. In Burkina Faso, the country's former foreign minister, Michael Kavando, has been sworn in as a transitional president. He is set to lead the West African country to elections in a year following brief military takeover. The 72-year-old, who is barred from standing in the ballot, will name Prime Minister, with whom he will appoint 25-member government. That wraps us up to the end of our English news desk on Somaliland National Television. Until we meet for the next time, goodbye.